Now, the greatest radio shows of all time.
Suspense.
The Shadow Node.
Washington calling David Harding, Counter Spy.
Classic radio theater.
The Great-Gildersleeve.
Fibber McGee and Molly.
Dragnet. Gunsmoke.
The Lone Ranger.
Now, step back into a time machine with your host, Wyatt Cox.
Good evening, friends of the Inner Sanctum.
Willard Waterman, an episode of The Great-Gildersleeve. This goes back to March 7th, 1951, as good news, Marjorie and the twins are coming home from the hospital.
The Kraft Foods Company presents Willard Waterman as the Great-Gildersleeve. The Great-Gildersleeve is brought to you each week by the Kraft Foods Company. Well, the temperature got down to 0 in Summerfield last night. And this morning, as the first rays of the frosty dawn creep into his room, the great Gildersleeve stirs in his bed, pulls the blankets closer around his ears, and cautiously opens one eye.
What is this? You, what time is it? 6:45. I can sleep for another 15 minutes. Who's calling at this time of the morning? Well, I'm not going to answer it. I'm sleeping.
Telephone's ringing!
That Bronco, as if I didn't know.
Telephone, Bertie! Is that the telephone?
Yo, for heaven's sake.
What meeting is it, Bertie? I got it!
What a family. Yeah, I'll be glad when Margie's home from the hospital with the twins. And they'll have to be quiet. Yeah, I guess it was the wrong number. Peace at last. Hey, let's go at it.
That's no news.
Leroy, I was sound asleep.
I got news, Unc. That was my teacher on the phone. No school today.
What's this?
No school. The pipes are frozen.
Oh, my goodness.
Isn't that keen?
Yes. Now run along like a good boy and let me finish my nap. 10 minutes left. Well, it's better than nothing.
Unc.
Huh? What?
Can I go to the office with you today?
Yes, I suppose.
Oh, boy.
Now run along.
Okay.
I'm sleepy.
You go ahead and sleep.
Thank you.
I won't let anybody disturb you.
You're a good boy.
Hey, Bertie, I'm going to the office with Unc.
Over. Leroy. What's that?
What do you want, Unc?
You answered the phone.
That's your alarm clock. I got it. Time to get up.
Time to get up. You great Scott, this is like living in a belfry. Answer that alarm clock.
That's the telephone.
We'll shut it off.
Telephone!
Gee, what a noisy family.
Look who's talking.
Miss Brown calling for you. I'm in the shower. Tell him I'll call him back.
It ain't a he, it's a she. And she said she'll talk to you, Miss Gilsey.
A she? For me? Be right there. Here, give me my rope. To one side, Leroy.
What a character.
What girl do I know who'd be calling Bronco?
Here you are, Miss Gilsey.
Yeah, thank you, Bertie. Hello?
Hello, Unky.
Oh, Marjorie, it's you.
Well, certainly. What's the matter, Uncle Mort? Did I wake you up?
Me? No, of course not. Why are you awake so early in the hospital?
Awake? I finished breakfast an hour ago. wonderful news, Unky.
News?
Dr. Evans and Dr. Charles were in this morning, and I can come home today.
Today?
And bring the twins.
Really?
What is it, Unc? What happened?
Marjorie's coming home today.
Miss Marjorie's coming home?
Yeah, today, Bertie, you're bringing the twins.
I knew it. Today's the day. Yeah, but
Hello, Marjorie.
Hello, Unky. Tell Bronco I'll be ready at 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock. I'll be there, my dear. Don't you worry about a thing.
And maybe Bertie would come along. She can hold one of the babies on the way home.
Yeah, I'll bring Bertie. Just leave everything to your old uncle. Right, George, it's going to be good to have you home.
Thanks, Unky. You'll tell Bronco, won't you?
You bet. See you at 11 o'clock.
Bye, Unky.
Bye-bye. Bertie, throw the breakfast on the table fast. You and I have to be at the hospital at 11 o'clock.
Yes, sir. You just watch Bertie. She's going to make them victuals fly. Hey, but Unc.
You, Leroy, don't stand there. Get a move on. This is the big day. We've got to hurry.
Yeah, but...
Bronco! Oh, Bronco!
Yes?
That was Marjorie on the phone. We're bringing her home today.
Marge is coming home? Oh, my wife coming home with the babies. What'll I do? I better get dressed. Where are my clothes? And tell her I'll call her right back.
But Bronco, she's all ready. Yeah, what's the difference? The way he's going, he won't even find his clothes.
Unc.
Leroy, what is it?
You promised I could go to the office with you today.
Yes, but Leroy, I'm not going to the office. I have to go to the hospital and bring Marjorie and the babies home.
Why can't she come home on the bus?
But... You don't realize, my boy, how important this is. Your sister and those babies are a precious cargo. We haven't been able to do much up to now, but by George, this is where we take over.
But why does she have to come home today?
Well, because we want her to come home today.
You said we could go to the office.
Well, we'll go to the office some other day.
I'll have to go to school on another day. Those pipes will thaw out by tomorrow.
Yofer. Leroy, stop thinking about yourself and start thinking about somebody else. Think about Marjorie. Yeah, this is no time to be selfish. We all have to pitch in and help. You too.
You mean I can help?
Sure you can. There's a lot of things to do. More than I can handle.
Well, gee, let's get going. What do I do first?
Yeah, first go upstairs and get out of that bathrobe. Put your clothes on.
Yes, sir.
Gildersleeve, you're a natural-born executive. You sure know how to make things hum. On the ball every second. Yes, sir. You get a mind like a steel trap.
It's Gatsby, Pepper!
Yeah, coming, Bertie.
Hey, Uncle, you going to eat in your bathrobe?
The bathroom. Oop, where are my clothes? Let's see now, Bertie. We only have a couple of hours. A lot of things to do before we bring Marjorie home.
Well, I got Miss Marjorie's clothes all packed in a suitcase, the one she's going to wear home.
Yeah, good, Bertie, good.
And I can just see myself sitting in that car holding one of them babies. I'm going to be nervous like an old mother hen.
Well, you won't have to worry, Bertie. Not with me driving.
Oh, you driving Miss Marjorie home?
You, absolutely, Bertie. I've been waiting a long time, looking forward to the day I'd pull into the driveway with Marjorie and her babies. Yes, sir.
I'm finished with breakfast, Unc. Where do I start? What can I do?
Well, somebody's got to set those two little beds up for the baby.
Yeah, Keen. Where's the screwdriver and the pliers? I'll set up the beds.
No, you better let me do that, Leroy.
Huh?
Yeah, that's kind of a tricky job.
Oh, Unc.
No, my boy, we wouldn't want the beds to fall down. Roll the little tykes out on the floor.
I know how to put beds together. Mine falls apart all the time.
There's a lot of other things to do, Leroy.
Oh, certainly, plenty of things. You let me take care of the bed.
We're going to need 2 hot water bottles, one for each of the twins.
Now, I'll get the hot water bottles.
Now, wait a minute, Leroy.
There's only one of them hot water bottles around here. I can't find the other one.
I know where it is. Down in the basement with my tent.
With your tent?
Yeah, I was using it for a canteen.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, we can't use that one. We'll have to go over to Judge Hooker's and borrow his.
Okay, I'll go over to Judge Hooker's.
Now, Leroy, we haven't much time. I'll take care of the hot water bottles.
But you said I could do something.
Well, you can. There's lots of things to do.
We need some things from the drugstore. Cotton and baby lotion.
Well, give me some money. I can go down to Mr. Peavy's.
Oh, Leroy, why do you insist on doing all the difficult things? You probably forget half the things you went for.
I'll write them down.
Well, there's no need for you to go. I'll stop in Peavy's on my way back from Judge Hooker's.
Holy cow, Unc, you're doing everything. You're not letting anybody else have any fun.
Now, Leroy, that's the wrong attitude. Isn't it a question of having fun? We're all doing this for Marjorie and the babies. We simply want the most capable person to do the job. That's all.
Okay. At least I get to ride in the car with you when you bring Marge home.
Yeah, but there won't be room for you.
with you?
Leroy, this isn't a picnic.
But you get to go.
I'm only going because I have to. It's my duty. All I want is to see Marjorie and the babies brought safely home. It doesn't matter to me who goes.
You can say that you're going.
Leroy, listen. Think how much fun it'll be to stay here and welcome Marjorie and the babies when they come in the door.
Yeah.
Oh, there you are, Mr. Gildersleeve. Well, I just talked to Marge. Everything's all set.
You all set?
Yes, sir. Mr. Bullard is letting me use his Cadillac, and I'm picking Marge up at the hospital at 11 o'clock.
You use your Cadillac? You're picking her up?
That's right. We'll make a little bed in the back seat for Marge and one of the babies, and Bertie can sit with me in the front seat and hold the other one. Good arrangement, don't you think?
Well, the fact is, Bronco, I sort of planned on going myself.
Oh, I'm awfully sorry, Mr. Gildersleeve, but I'm afraid there won't be room for you.
You won't be room, huh?
I hope you don't mind, Mr. Gildersleeve.
No.
Think how much fun it'll be to stay here and welcome Marge and the babies when they come in the door.
Leroy!
The Great Gildersleeve will be right back.
March 7th, 1951, The Great Gildersleeve on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
Here's some great news. If you missed the deadline to sign up for health insurance, or if you just have a plan you're not happy with, you still have a choice. It's called MediShare. There are hundreds of thousands of members, and they love it. MediShare has a 98% customer satisfaction rating, and this is obviously huge. The typical family saves around $6,000 a year switching to MediShare. Find out more. They're great to talk to. 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE.
The MyPillow.com clearance continues. Roll and Go Anywhere MyPillows, $9.99. The Body Pillow, $39.99. And MyPillow Bath Sheets on sale, 50% off. Use my promo code USA. Go to MyPillow.com/radio specials. You'll also get a free copy of Mike Lindell's book. MyPillow.com/radio specials. Use promo code USA or 1-800-951-8175. Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, more of The Great Gildersleeve, March 7th, 1951.
Well, the Great Gildersleeve had it all planned that he would drive to the hospital this morning to pick up Marjorie and the new twins. But it seems Marjorie's husband, Bronco, had the same idea, so there wasn't much the water commissioner could do.
You pushy kid who wants to do everything himself. Listen to him, showing off, honking, just because he borrowed Bullard's fancy car.
Tell Mr. Bronco I'll be right down, Miss Gildersleeve.
You're all right, Bertie. Messenger boy. That's all I am around here. Bertie will be right out, Bronco.
Thanks, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Sure. There's plenty of room in that car. I could have sat in there someplace. Darn kid is just trying to hog the whole thing for himself, that's all.
Sure wish you could go along, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Oh, no, I don't mind. I had a lot of things to do anyway. He knows darn well I wouldn't go. The only reason he said that. Sometimes I think that boy is a little crooked.
If you planned on going, Mr. Gildersleeve, I'll stay here.
Oh, no, I wouldn't think of it, Bronco. You go ahead. He's smooth.
Well, here we go, Mr. Gildersleeve. We're going to get the babies.
Well, have a good trip.
Yes, sir, we're going to get the babies.
We'll be waiting for you.
See you later, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Ta-ta! Look at him, showing off his big fat hydromatic. Well, Gildersleeve, go in the house. You're collecting icicles. Yeah, I've got a good mind not even to be here when they come home. If they don't need me, why should I hang around? They think they can get along without me, just let them try. They'll be plenty sorry. What are you doing, Leroy?
I'm packing up some stuff.
You what for?
Moving down in the cellar.
In the cellar?
Sure. I'm just an old shoe around here, so I'm going down with the other old shoes.
Now, Leroy, you mustn't feel that way.
Nobody needs me for nothing.
Yeah, that's not true, my boy. We're all needed. Every one of us. If we just make ourselves needed, we have to look for ways to help other people.
I'm moving down in the cellar. When they bring those babies home, I don't even want to see them.
Yeah, all right. You go down in the cellar. Hope you find a comfortable spot.
Okay.
Let us hear from you now and then. Boy's nose is out of joint. He's jealous of the babies. Thinks he isn't needed. Well, he'll come around. Right, George, I feel better myself, though. Why should I get steamed up just because Bronco wanted to drive Marjorie home from the hospital? There's lots more important things to do than that. Say, I'll bet Bronco went off and forgot all about the really important things. The hot water bottle from the judge. The list of things from the drugstore. That's just like a kid. Get going, Gildersleeve. I'd like to know what they do without you around here. Come on, Judge. The old goat probably got his jumper caught in his rowing machine.
Well, Gildy.
Hello, Judge.
Come in, old friend.
Yeah, thank you.
What brings you out this fine, nippy morning, Gildy?
I'm busy as a bird dog, Judge. Marjorie's coming home from the hospital this morning.
That's so I hear. At last you'll have all your lovely little family together under one roof.
Well, it's going to be fine having Marjorie and the babies home, but they're sure keeping me on the run.
Those adorable babies. I went to the hospital yesterday to see them, Gildy.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was during visiting hours. The nurse was holding the babies up one by one for the parents to see. Through the glass, you know.
Yes, Judge. I've been there every day for the past 2 weeks.
There must have been 4 or 5 proud fathers viewing their offspring. And me, of course.
Yeah, well,
And
Judge...
when the nurse held up Marjorie's twins for me to look at, she smiled so prettily, and I nodded.
Oh, my goodness.
All the other fathers looked at me as much as to say, "Are those yours?"
Gopher.
And I didn't say no.
Judge!
I simply couldn't resist, Gildy. What a glorious feeling it must be for Bronco to be the father of 2 such fine children.
Yeah, we agree on that, Judge. But Bronco's still just a boy, an irresponsible kid. He forgot all the important things. It's just a good thing I was around, that's all.
What'd you forget, Gildy?
Yeah, that's why I came over, Judge. They need an extra hot water bottle when they bring the twins home. He went off and forgot all about it.
No, he didn't.
What?
He stopped by here on his way to the hospital and he picked it up.
He did?
Yes, indeed. What else did he forget?
Well, plenty of things. Yeah, there's a list of things a mile long they need from the drugstore. It is up to me to go get them. Irresponsible kids. Yeah, I'll see you later, Judge. I have to rush over to Peavy.
Maybe I can help, Gildy.
No, thank you, Judge. I can handle it. Darn Bronco wants to do everything. Couldn't even let somebody else get the hot water bottle. Yeah, by George, I'll get the stuff from Peavy's. I'll show him he isn't the only one in the family that means anything. Hello, Peavy.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you this morning?
Oh, I need a lot of things, Peavy. Marjorie's bringing the twins home this morning.
I'll bet there's a lot of excitement around your house.
Yeah, Bronco was running around in circles. Yeah, I had to stay home from the office to keep things under control.
You don't say.
Yes, sir. You get your pencil sharpened up, Petey. I've got a big order.
Very well.
2 boxes of cotton, 3 packages of safety pins.
Mr. Gildersleeve.
You write these down, Petey.
Cotton, safety pin.
2 bottles of baby lotion, 1 for the boy and 1 for the girl.
Mr. Gildersleeve.
Talcum powder, lilac fragrance.
Are you sure you want to buy all these things?
Of course I do, Peavy. Somebody has to do it.
Well, all I can say is you're going to have an awful lot of cotton and safety pins around your house.
Yours is?
Bronco was in this morning and bought the same things you're buying.
Peavy, he didn't.
Yes, he did. You know, Mr. Gildersleeve, Bronco is a very capable young man.
Yes.
Anything else I can do for you today?
No, nothing, Peavy. I guess I'll go home. Well, they're not home yet. Well, I'm glad of it. I'd just be in the way. An old extra uncle getting underfoot. You wonder where I can go.
Are you on?
Leroy, where are you?
In the cellar.
In the cellar. Gildersleeve, that's where you belong. Down with the rest of the junk.
From March 7th, 1951, The Great Gildersleeve. The conclusion next on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
Oh, come on, I hate you. You have no right to speak to me. You're stupid, you're evil. You believe in your God, guns, and gold. You shouldn't have the right to vote. We must fix this disgusting country now. We want socialism now.
Whoa there, little fella. Our U.S. Constitution protects your right to say these things, even if they are drivel.
Our founders believed in our inalienable rights granted by God, not some mafia. Our Bill of Rights protects your personal freedoms, your absolute right to speak to others, whether loving and kind or hateful and stupid.
Utopia doesn't exist. It only destroys. Millions of innocents slaughtered by the communists in Cambodia, China, and the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics.
And millions of people were gassed by Hitler's National Socialist Party.
Where do you stand? Help us save the Constitution and restore our American dream. Go to SaveMyFreedom.com. That's SaveMyFreedom.com.
Brought to you by the American Media Council.
Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, the conclusion of The Great Gildersleeve. Willard Waterman is Gildy from March 7th, 1951.
What you doing, Unc?
Yeah, I'm coming down. Move over, my boy.
What's the matter, Unc?
Yeah, I feel pretty low, Leroy. You and I are just excess baggage around this house, I guess.
Pull up a box and sit down, Unc.
Yeah, you were right, Leroy. Nobody needs us.
It's okay. We got each other.
You try to do your best, work and help. And then when they bring the babies home, you've forgotten.
Yeah.
We just don't matter anymore.
Yeah. Let's run away.
Well, why run away? Nobody'd miss us.
Somebody pulled in the driveway.
They're home. You wonder who carried the babies in?
Who cares?
Let me help you, Marge.
Well, I'm all right. You carry the baby.
I got this one.
Everybody's got a baby but me.
What you say, Unc?
Yeah, nothing.
Where's Leroy and Uncle Mark?
They were here when I left.
Mr. Gildersleeve? Leroy, we're home.
Don't say nothing, Unc.
Did you hear that, Leroy? That was one of the babies.
Yeah. Maybe a pin sticking him.
You wonder what they're doing up there.
They don't need us.
No, I suppose not.
You can put the babies in their beds, Bert.
Bed?
Holy smoke. I forgot to put the beds together.
Leroy, you forgot to put the beds together.
How do you like that?
That irresponsible kid. I'll get the screwdriver. Grab the pliers. Come on, Leroy. Hello, kiddies. Move over, Bronco. Let me at that bed.
Yeah, let us at it.
Yeah, I can't seem to get them together.
We got screwdrivers.
You hold that end up, Leroy.
I got it.
The little rascal stopped crying. He's watching his uncle.
That's me.
Well, the other one's watching me. Yeah, aren't you? Little bright eyes.
Unc, the bed.
Oh, yes. You put the other end on, Leroy. Hurry up. Yeah, I'll get the mattresses in.
Land, I've never seen anybody work so fast.
Yeah, this is an emergency, Bertie. And you know me when there's an emergency.
And me, too.
Yes, sir.
I'll make up the beds. Hand me the blankets, Bronco.
Blankets? Blankets.
Well, here they are, Marjorie. By George, I have to do everything around here.
Well, thank you, Unky.
That's a good thing you and Leroy were around, Mr. Gildersleeve. I might never have gotten those beds together.
Well, you can't be expected to do everything, my boy.
Uncle Mort, where were you and Leroy when we came in?
Yeah, where were you, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Oh, we were around.
The beds are ready, Bertie. We can put them in.
Little darlings are asleep.
I'll put them in bed, Bertie.
Yeah, let me put them in, Bertie.
Let me do it.
I'll put them in. Come on, honey. Now you go.
Oh, look at them, Bronco.
You go.
Yeah. 2 of them.
Maybe we better let them sleep.
Yeah. Come on, Marge.
Yeah, we'll be along in a minute, children. You haven't had a chance to look at the little tykes.
So those are babies.
Yes. Your niece and nephew. Yeah, how nicely they went into their little beds.
Yeah. They didn't put up much of a fight, did they?
Yeah, they're good babies.
Wonder what they're dreaming about.
Yeah, they haven't been in this world long enough to dream. But they will.
Unc, what are those beads around their necks?
Well, those beads have letters on them, Leroy. The hospital put those on. They spell out the baby's name.
What are their names?
I don't know.
Let's look.
Beads just say boy and girl.
Gee, they gotta have better names than that.
Yeah, they will, my boy. Marjorie and Bronco haven't been able to decide, I guess. But somebody will think of some fine names for them. You wait and see. This is Gildersleeve again, friends. Mighty nice of you folks to help us out with names for the twins. I hope you think of some good ones. And I know you will. By the way, speaking of the younger generation, this week marks the 39th birthday of the Girl Scouts in America. 39 years of building good citizens. Girl Scouts everywhere, keep up the good work. We're all proud of you.
Hey, Unc.
Oh, what is it, Leroy?
Telegram for you.
For me? Well, I wonder what this is. Let me see now. Let's say, Dear Throckmorton, remember me? Remembered the girl who sang to you one rainy afternoon? Remembered the girl who sang the song, The Girl in the Woods? I'll be back in Summerfield next week, and maybe you'll hear it again. Affectionately, Katie Lee. Katie Lee. Yeah, she's coming back next week. See you then. Good night, folks.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman. The show is written by Paul West, John Elliott, and Andy White, with music by Robert Armbruster. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Lillian Randolph, Dick Crenna, Mary Lee Robb, Earl Ross, and Dick LeGrand. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of those famous Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
March 7th, 1951, The Great Gildersleeve on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox.
This is an urgent news alert from the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews. The war in Ukraine is a humanitarian crisis Europe has not seen since World War II. Fellowship staff and partners are on the ground in Ukraine helping with evacuations and providing emergency aid, food, medicine, and other essentials to Jewish families caught in the line of fire. Yael Eckstein, President and CEO of the Fellowship.
We want to make the strongest impact in caring for the basic needs that the Bible outlines. So the Fellowship is providing food to the hungry, clothing to the naked, medicine for those who need it, like those elderly who are homebound and need medicine, shelter for the poor, and focused on the orphans and the elderly. That's what we do. So I'm asking you, continue to pray. Pray with us because these are lives that are at stake.
Learn more about the work of the International Fellowship of Christians and Jews in Ukraine at ifcj.org/crisis.
Now on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox, we're going way back to March 7th, 1933, and the first run of Chandu the Magician. This serial was originally broadcast March 7th, 1933.
Pierre Bouchard, about to be arrested as a deserter from the Foreign Legion, has swallowed poison. Later, Frank Chandler finds the tiny bottle in the courtyard. The Regent, absorbed in deciphering an ancient Phoenician inscription, sees the bottle on the table before him and cries that it was taken from the chest of poisons he had found months before in Bombay. The present act opens in the cellars of C. Ahmed's mountain home 3 days later. Chandu the Magician.
And now thou hast done that for which I have hidden thee here, Effendi Dimitri. In 1 hour it will be dark, and thy horse shall await thee at the place where thou hast left it.
I am not at all sure I shall be ready to leave in an hour, Yoreb.
But Effendi, thou hast gained the ear of the servants. Thou hast spoken to the leaders of the men of Siamed.
But I have not yet seen the young lady.
It was not for this thou camest here, Effendi, but to sow the seeds of hatred in the hearts of Siamed's men.
Bah!
What if thou art found here? I beg thee to go as soon as the sun has set.
Will you be silent, Yoreb? I have told you 12 times I will not permit you nor Colonel Raven to give me orders. I am the leader, and I will not be questioned.
But if thy life is lost, Effendi, what then of the cause for which we work? What then of our plan to drive the French from our border?
My life will not be lost if you do as I tell you. Have I not stirred up the mountain men as Raven begged me to do when he came to see me in the French prison? Have I not made certain the village of Raj would fall into your hands?
Ah, but truth, Effendi.
Well?
But I tell thee this. If the mountain tribesmen learn that thou hast delayed the work thou hast come to do, to look into the eyes of a maiden, they will scorn to follow thee further.
Unless you tell them, they will never know. I have succeeded in what I came here to do, and I tell you again, I will take no orders from you, Yoreb. I will stay here until I have seen the young lady.
But dost thou know, Effendi, the maiden's father is in this house?
Robert Regent? One can easily see you do not know American fathers, Yoreb. And this one in particular. He is so absorbed in his scientific work that he would not know I was here if he came to this very room. Her father.
But, Effendi, someone will see you here. It is only by the grace of Allah that thou hast not been discovered hours ago.
Will you listen to me? You saw how I went to the garden of Morel's house during the ball? Was I discovered there?
No, Effendi, but that too was by the grace of Allah. And only an hour ago I have learned that the father of the maiden comes here each day to look at the symbols written upon the wall.
Ah, he studies these ancient writings, eh?
Of a truth, Effendi. By questioning the servants, I learned he has not yet been here today.
So, that is my good fortune. What do I care if he does come here tonight? I tell you, Yoreb, I will not leave this house until I have seen Miss Betty. I will see her. Tell one of the servants to send her down here on some excuse, or I swear I will not go with you.
I regret, Effendi Dimitri, Colonel Raven's unwisdom in asking thy help.
You will do well to regret it if you do not go up into the kitchens and do as I ask. Oh, come, Yoreb. We aren't going to quarrel over this little matter. Think. In a few weeks, all these French and their friends will be driven from Algeria, and the mountain men will rule.
I will speak to the servants, Effendi, but more I will not do.
It will not be necessary. Here's a gold piece. Some of these servants of Siamed's would not hesitate to kill for it. To say nothing of so small a thing as inducing Miss Betty to go into the cellars.
I will go, Effendi. But when the French have been driven out of Algeria, thou and I must speak together.
As you will.
Effendi, he's coming.
Not Chandler?
No, it is the maiden's father.
Let him come. He has never seen my face. Go, quickly.
Ah, your pardon, Effendi. The light is dim. I did not see you.
It's nothing. You hardly touched me. Why, how do you do? I didn't know there was anyone else interested in these inscriptions.
I beg your pardon. Oh, yes. Yes, they are fascinating, aren't they?
I find them so.
You are Mr. Regent, I believe.
Yes. I discovered the inscriptions on these walls quite by accident. It's very fortunate this house was built over old ruins, or the sun and wind would have destroyed the inscriptions entirely.
Yes. Quite true.
Have I met you here?
Unfortunately, no.
Oh.
Forgive me for not introducing myself before. I am a friend of Mr. Chandler's, and when I learned he was here, I decided to combine a short visit to him with a study of these inscriptions. You see?
Yes, indeed. Let me hold a candle up to this one. I've been working on it several days. Look. Isn't that interesting? You see, it's complete except for this corner where the stone has been broken.
Oh, yes.
I have never been particularly interested in these things before, you know. My work has been confined to electrical and chemical fields.
You are very modest, Mr. Regent, for so famous a scientist.
Why should I not be modest? When one thinks of the vast fields of knowledge as yet untapped by even the greatest of our present-day thinkers, he feels very insignificant. No, but I regret that so much of my life has been wasted.
Wasted?
Yes, I had the misfortune, just after the war, to fall into the hands of a man who wanted one of my discoveries so badly, he kept me prisoner for nearly 14 years.
Indeed. You amaze me.
It seems impossible that such a thing could happen in our times, doesn't it?
Yes, indeed. How did he contrive to do it?
I was thought to have drowned when the steamer on which I sailed for home was sunk.
Really?
But as a matter of fact, one of this man's lieutenants picked me up in a small boat and later brought me to a desolate part of Algeria where I was left.
I see.
And during all those years, other men, working in their laboratories and free to experiment as they liked, discovered so many things that I fear I shall always be a little breathless trying to keep up with them.
You are too modest, Mr. Regent.
Not at all. When we return to America, nothing will induce me to leave my laboratory again until I have completed certain experiments I have in mind.
Oh, you are planning then to return to America soon?
Oh, yes, indeed. Quite soon now.
But what of your interest in these inscriptions?
That... I'm just occupying my mind with them for the moment until my brother-in-law says it's safe for us to return.
Safe? Oh, I see. You mean this warfare of the tribesmen.
To tell you the truth, I don't know exactly what he means. I'm inclined to be a little absent-minded, you know, and I fear I often miss a great deal that goes on about me.
Ah, yes. By the way, have you seen the carvings on the wall of the small inner room here?
Is there an inner room down here? I haven't seen it.
Oh, indeed. The entrance is there. You see? The one with the thick wooden door.
Oh, that room?
Yes.
I hardly gave it a thought. I rather supposed it was the wine cellar with such a heavy door and that great lock.
Have you forgotten the Mohammedans do not drink wine?
I had forgotten it. You say there are carvings on the wall in there?
Yes, and some of them are most amazing. They are Phoenician, I would say.
I must look at them.
Just a moment. Take this candle also. You will want more than one.
Thank you very much. Won't you come in with me?
Not now. I have finished what I was doing here. I was just leaving.
I see. Good night, then.
Good night.
Dimitri? Are you down here?
Hush, Betty Lou. Don't speak my name here.
Oh, I'm sorry. How did you get in here, Dimitri?
Never mind that now. Shall I tell you what I've just done?
Why, of course. What do you mean?
I've done a dreadful thing, and you must tell me you forgive me. I had to do it.
What is it? What is it you've done? Oh, Dimitri, if Uncle Frank or Mother and Father should find out you were here, what would they say? Oh, it's too dangerous.
Hush, my sweet. Do not trouble yourself about my safety.
Well, what is it you've done?
Your father came down here and...
Father! Oh, what did he say? Did he ask for me? Where is he?
Please. I have locked him in the inner room there.
Oh, you didn't hurt him?
No, of course not. But I had to see you just for a moment.
Oh.
Every moment with you is so precious. As soon as I'm gone, you can release him at once. Here is the key.
Oh, I must let him out now.
No. If he saw you talking to me, he'd be sure to ask you who I am.
Oh, that's right. He doesn't know you, does he?
No, he has never seen me before. I told him I was a friend of your uncle.
But what are you doing here, Dimitri?
I had to come to the mountains on important business for the government. You understand?
Oh, yes, of course.
And of course I had to see you. You are like a sweet white flower that draws me closer, until I am drowned in your sweetness.
Dimitri,
when will you say you will marry me, Betty Lou?
Oh, we can't talk about it now, Dimitri, with Father locked in there.
Don't you see every moment I am here, my danger grows greater. We must...
Oh, I must go and let Father out of there.
Just a moment. Will you come to the villa and marry me as soon as your family takes you back to Algiers? Will you? Say you will, my sweet.
Oh, I can't talk about it now, Dimitri. I can't. But when we come back to Algiers, I'll send you a note or something.
Oh, well, I suppose I must be satisfied with that. Listen to me, my sweet. You must tell your father you did not see the man who locked him in. Will you remember?
Oh, yes, I will. I will. Oh, please go, Dimitri. I
Goodbye,
can't...
my darling.
Father, I'm coming. Here I am. Father. Oh, there you are.
Oh, thank you, Betty. It was fortunate you happened to come down here. What a stupid, blundering fellow I am. I came in here to read an inscription, and I must have closed the door without realizing it, and it locked. I found myself facing the prospect of spending the night here.
Yes. Wasn't it lucky I came down here? Come on, let's go back upstairs.
I'd like to show that inscription to your Uncle Frank when he comes back.
Come on, don't stop, Father. Mother'll be wondering where you are. Come on up the steps.
What? Oh, yes, of course.
Robert, where are you? Oh, if Frank were only here.
Dorothy, what is it?
What's the matter, Mother? I've just seen a man who looks exactly like that horrible Dimitri. Oh, I wish Frank would come back.
Most people are familiar with the run of Chandu the Magician that ran from 1948 to 1950 on Mutual. But before that, there was Chandu the Magician that ran from 1931 to 1936. So what you're hearing here is an episode of the original run of Chandu the Magician. March 7th, 1933, here on Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Please take a moment to visit my webpage, classicradio.stream. There you can stream our shows on demand, learn more about classic radio collecting, and contact me there, classicradio.stream. Don't forget that our shows are also available on demand through iHeartRadio, Spotify, Spreaker, TuneIn, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Amazon, and a lot of other places. All you have to do is search for Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. That's Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox. Please take a moment this week to thank this radio station and support their advertisers. It is their kindness and courtesy that allows us to be with you each and every time we roll around here on your favorite station. The advertisers pay the bills and the stations put us on the air. Nice relationship like that. So please thank them all. I'm Wyatt Cox. Please tell all your friends the great radio shows are right here at this spot on the dial. Classic Radio Theater with Wyatt Cox on your favorite radio station.